Hello. Thanks for joining us again on the channel. Okay, yes, we've reviewed a lot of these. Too many probably, but trust me, this one stands out. It caught me off guard, in a good way. Before we get started, there's a special discount if you're interested. The link is in the description and also in the top comment. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer seems pretty stoked about this electric bike, especially after putting some miles on it. Initially, it was their first experience with an e-bike, but the power, particularly when using both motors, was immediately impressive. The instructions weren't the greatest, thanks to some translation issues, especially when it came to the front wheel installation. Our reviewer recommends checking out a YouTube video for that part because the included manual wasn't very clear about the washer placement. Another point of confusion was a red button on the left handlebar. The manual vaguely referred to it as a charging button. This client initially thought it was a safety feature for when the bike was plugged in. Turns out, it's actually the switch to engage either one- or two-wheel drive. This led to some initial panic when the bike seemed to be running only on the back tire. Thankfully, a quick email to the company resulted in a very helpful video link explaining the function of the button and how to troubleshoot if only the rear wheel was working. Now, after owning the electric bike for close to a year, the reviewer is even more enthusiastic. They've racked up over 150 miles without a single issue. They even kitted it out with gun holders for hunting season, ditching the four-wheeler entirely. According to this client, the bike was perfect for silently navigating trails to their deer stand. Fishing season is next, and they've already added fishing rod holders. They express zero regrets about the purchase and consider it a fantastic electric bike.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer had an exceptional buying experience with this electric bike, stating it was the best of 7 similar purchases made recently. The delivery was surprisingly quick, arriving within 5 days despite traveling across the country. Assembly required a couple of hours, mostly spent unpacking, but the battery was already partially charged by the time it was complete. The included accessories were a mixed bag. While a tire pump and a usable bike lock were welcome additions, the handlebar phone mount was considered cheap and cumbersome. On the other hand, the heavy-duty rear rack was a significant plus. Performance-wise, this scooter is impressive. Even right out of the box, it achieved speeds of 31-32 mph. Removing the speed limiter allowed for even higher speeds, approaching 40 mph, though the reviewer felt this was almost too fast. Like many electric bikes, using dual motors at full throttle significantly reduces battery life to around 20-25 miles. However, with some pedaling and single motor use, the range can extend to a very respectable 80 miles. The fat knobby tires excel on various terrains, easily handling gravel, grass, and dirt trails. The bike itself is described as fun to ride, stylish, and eye-catching, likely to attract attention and compliments. The headlight is remarkably bright, comparable to a car's high beams. A notable omission is the lack of turn signals. Extra zip ties are included for securing wires. The reviewer strongly recommends opting for the dual-motor version, comparing it to the necessity of having two-wheel drive on a pickup truck. Overall, the bike appears to be well-built and durable. This client says if you purchase this, you will absolutely love it.
Alright, let's find out what our next reviewer has to share.
This reviewer was initially impressed with the apparent robustness of the scooter. It seemed like a solid piece of equipment. However, some drawbacks quickly became apparent with regular use. While the headlight was a welcome feature, its energy consumption proved to be surprisingly high. Our reviewer noticed that using it drained the battery significantly faster than expected, consuming a substantial portion of the charge in a relatively short distance. The advertised range of the scooter also proved to be somewhat optimistic. While the manufacturer suggested a certain mileage on a full charge, this client found that the actual range was considerably lower, especially when encountering hilly terrain. The mileage achieved was almost cut in half during the reviewer's commute. Despite these issues, this client acknowledged that the scooter offered decent value for its price point. Nevertheless, the reviewer intends to purchase a faster model in the future. As a side note, this individual expressed strong disapproval of a competing, significantly more expensive e-bike, criticizing its design and performance, implying that it's more about appearance than practicality and comfort.
That's it for this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.